Hello guys, welcome back to Watch Addiction Watch Reviews. Today we're taking a look at a new release from Spinnaker watches, well more of an upgraded release. This is their new rubber version of the Spinnaker Boettger. It comes on a nice, very nice integrated natural rubber band, and comes in a few different colorways as well. This watch is kind of one of their higher end watches, so it's a bit more expensive. I know the one on the bracelet can run upwards of $600 US, but there also is no need to worry for that full price, because on any Spinnaker model you can save 20% using the code WA20. That'll knock off 20% and give you free international shipping. You can find a link to their website down in the description below, along with the discount code to save 20%. And yeah, so this is the Spinnaker SP5083. It's going to be released October 1st for actual sale, depending when this video posts. But yeah, let's get right into it. And I'll throw a few pictures up of the actual box. As you can see, it comes in that nice Pelly box. Comes with your warranty information as well. Very nice packaging. It comes with a nice little booklet as well, show you how to use the watch. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the box. And let's get into the actual watch now. Now getting into some basic specifications and what it's actually made of. Obviously this watch is crafted of solid 316L stainless steel. Their quality has improved over the past, I would say, 6 months or so. And this one is no exemption. I mean, this one is great quality. It has a nice heft to it. The brushing and the finishing and the case cut seems much better than their previous models in the past. You know, from all the way back from 2015 when I started reviewing their watches. I believe 2017. But yeah, the case cut and finishing is definitely very, very much improved from back then. If you haven't owned a Spinnaker watch since then, I definitely do recommend trying one out, because their quality now is very, very, very good. Anyway, we have a 42mm case diameter. I measured these myself. We have a 14mm case thickness, including that bezel and sapphire crystal. Lug to lug, it's only 45mm. As you can see, we have that integrated strap, so there really is no lugs here. Everything connects very nicely, and of course, if you do have the bracelet version as well, you can just swap it out for the bracelet as well. So yeah, there are two different versions. One is still on their website with the bracelet, which is $650 US minus the 20%, of course. And this one will be a bit cheaper. You can check down in the link in the description below. So it's a very typical dive style watch, as you can see. Kind of that Submariner style layout, but we do get those floating markers. As you can see, they're connected to the chapter ring, and they kind of branch out, which is pretty nice on this nice deep dark dial, which appears blue, like a deep blue blackish color, I would say. But yeah, has some great specifications and a decent movement as well. We get 300 meters of water resistance on this model. We get a signed screw down crown, as you can see there, with their logo. We also do get a genuine sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating, applied Spinnaker logo below the 12 o'clock position, which is polished. Nice long broad loomed hands, a nice matching date window over at the 3 o'clock position. Automatic printed in white, then 300 meters printed in red. The sweeping block style second hand, as you can see, is in a reddish tone, and it really gives it some nice contrast, matches that 300M as well, down at the 6 o'clock position. Now the bezel itself is made of steel. It's 120 clicks, and it really does have some very, very nice grip on it, as you can see here. It's kind of notched out over here, then you have kind of a zigzag pattern, which is carved in, and it's 120 clicks. It's very robust. There's a tiny bit of tiny bit of back play, not really any back play. And everything does line up perfectly to that 12 o'clock position. As you can see, there is a loomed pip on that steel brushed bezel as well. You can see the sides of that genuine sapphire crystal poking up a little bit over here, which kind of gives it a nice look as well. Now, taking a look at the band, this is a whole new band and design, and a new buckle design as well. It actually holds itself in place, which is pretty cool. Let me just get this out here. As you can see, first looking at the actual buckle itself, this is a new Spinnaker buckle design. They are designing their own buckles now, which is pretty cool. You get a genuine rubber band, which is actually very flexible, but it's still very durable as well, which connects here to the end link over here. You get two keepers, one that stays here and one that floats. But yeah, I think it's a very nice buckle. It's brushed with signed with the Spinnaker logo there. On the underside, you get some very nice grip. As you can see, the holes are very close together for a perfect fit on pretty much anyone's wrist. And then on the back side, it's signed, it's embossed Spinnaker there on the rubber, which is pretty cool. Case back is pretty simple, as you can see here. It's screwed down 300 meters, etched in with their logo, held down by screws actually, which is quite different, I should say. I thought that was quite interesting. But yeah, what's inside of this actual watch? We get the Miyota 9015, so you know, you're getting that 4 beats, 4 hertz beat rate, which is 28,800 beats per hour. It's that nice smooth sweep. And the seconds hand actually, as you can see there, goes underneath the markers, which is really, really cool. So yeah, I thought that was quite interesting as well. Very tooly looking design. Your crown is obviously not at the 3, they put it at the 4, which is a bit different. Stays out of the way, doesn't really bump into your wrist as well. So the Miyota 9015, most of you guys are pretty familiar with this movement. You get hand winding hacking, it beats at 4 hertz. Has about a 40-hour power reserve. It's very accurate and very robust. I would say it's a bit of an upgrade from the Seiko NH35 movement. And that's one of the reasons. It also does cost about double the amount of an NH35. That's one of the reasons why these watches are more expensive. But self-winding, very easy to use. It is already running, as you can see. Pull out one position here. We get a quick set date, which seems to work fine. Final position, we can set the time here. Very nice. I'll set it to 10:10 exactly. The hands do also go below the markers, which is pretty cool. Let me screw this crown back in here. Clicks in, screws in, no issues there. There are little crown guards as well, as you can see, covering around the crown over here, which is pretty cool. This watch does also have a nice amount of lume. It glows green on the markers and the hands, but on the second sweeping hand, it actually glows a bluish color, which is pretty nice. And the strap here, as you can see, is signed again Spinnaker. This is where it holds on to the actual keeper and it stays on your wrist, which is pretty cool. I'll show you when I get a wrist shot. But yeah, the quality and the finishing, let's take a look at the actual brushed finishing, is very, very good and very fine. And it is slightly polished on the top over here, as you can see going around. And I believe on the other side as well, yes. So that's pretty nice, but it's very, very smooth. Feels very well finished in my hands. But yeah, anyway, let's get a lume shot, and we'll see what the lume is actually like. This is a 300-meter dive watch, so I am expecting some pretty good lume here. You can see all loomed up. The lume is pretty strong. As you can see, like I stated earlier, there's a little blue rectangle on the sweeping seconds hand, so you get green on all the markers and the pip, and then you get blue on the sweeping seconds hand. It seems pretty potent. Seems a bit more potent on the actual hands, I should say, than those rectangular markers at the 6 and 9. There she is on my 6.5-inch wrist, and it really does fit very nicely across my wrist because the lug to lug is extremely short. You get a custom curved band. There's no need to break it in. It curves exactly to your wrist, and it's an integrated band, and it should, so I think they did a good job on the band. It's very comfortable, as you can see there. The buckle doesn't poke out, and this stays in, as you can see on the end here, because you have that keeper here which keeps it in place. Which is pretty cool. I don't believe they've ever done that before. So they are introducing some new aspects to their watches, which I think is pretty cool. It's a nice fit. I like how it fits. I think you're not going to have an issue with this watch. This one can fit up to a huge wrist, because I'm on the second to last hole with a 6.5-inch wrist, which is pretty small. And I mean, if you go all the way up, I mean, you're going to be at least like a 9-inch wrist. So I wouldn't worry about your wrist size too much with this integrated rubber band. But yeah, the bezel action is pretty decent. It's actually easier to rotate it by the sides, as you can see, because the tops are harder to grip. I mean, you can still grip it from the top, but it's nice to rotate this one from the side, which is yeah, it's just the design of the watch, I guess. But yeah, nonetheless, there are no quality control issues on this exact model right here. I like the use of the actual steel bezel, kind of like Tudor does with their steel bezels. I think it looks pretty cool on a kind of sport dive watch, I should say. But yeah, as you can see here on the back, you do not see anything. It's perfectly integrated. And you actually have to pop this out through here to change the band. So there's a bar that goes through here, if you didn't know that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below of this model. There are a bunch of different other color variations as well. I think it's a pretty decent looking watch. It's probably a watch that's going to stay in their lineup for some time, as I actually do really like this model. I think it looks really nice. The quality and the feel of it, it's very tough, durable. Obviously you can take this one diving, no issues, as that 300 meters screw down crown and case back, and it's using the 9015, which is a very robust and pretty accurate movement. This one about plus 7 seconds per day, and that's pretty good for an automatic Japanese caliber. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below of the new Spinnaker Boettger on this nice new integrated Spinnaker custom rubber band. I think it's pretty cool. I like what they're doing, introducing some new stuff onto their current models. I will see you guys in the next video. Definitely don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Definitely follow me. Yeah, and stay tuned. We have a lot more interesting watches coming up on Watch Addiction Watch Reviews. Take it easy, guys. Bye.